Hey everyone, Mo here, and before the video begins, I just want to let you guys know that my schedule is opened up for me to do coaching again. So if you're interested in private one-on-one coaching for me to help you, whether you're a newer player and you want to excel at the game very quickly and learn the fundamentals without developing any bad habits early, or if you're an experienced player who's already maybe platinum or diamond in your top 1%, but you need some help filling in the gap to get you to that 0.01%, to make you just some of the best, then hit me up on Discord and I can get you in some private one-on-one coaching lessons to help you polish up any skills you want to refine and help you learn all of the secrets to becoming a top player. That's it. I hope you enjoy the video.
Hey everybody, Mo here, and today I'm bringing you guys some gameplay on Pantheon. So, Pantheon Yumi is a pretty good deck, but I think a lot of people kind of forgot this deck existed. So I'm kind of here to show you guys, one, how to play, and two, that the deck is still really good and how to play the deck. So, it's a very standard list. The main reason it's kind of popped up again and people are like, oh shit, Pantheon's a deck, is Fake Hero kind of hit rank 4. He hit 800 LP, like, out of nowhere. He was never really low LP, but he definitely just shot up like 300 plus LP over the last couple of days just using Pantheon. So Pantheon, extremely good deck. I have the deck list to this will be down in the description below. For those of you that are aware of how to play it, is you essentially play these faded units, Wounded White Flame and Saga Seeker, and you kind of, and Pantheon, and you just make them extremely large, give them overwhelm, and just kill your opponent. And then you make the unit so big to where they can't really deal with you. Your bad matchups are against aggro swarm decks that just go super wide. Like if they go 6 wide by, you know, turn 3 or turn 4, that's really hard for you to deal with. And some control decks can be difficult, like Darkness, if they play a million hard removal spells. But if they're not on the hard removal spell plan, it's usually not that big of a problem for you because you play, you know, some rallies with Cataclysm. Some decks just straight up play rally, like Golden Ages. And then other mid-range decks for you is pretty good because your unit is usually much larger than theirs. Like if you go against other mid-range decks like Elites or anything like that, your one big dragon is usually big enough to kind of, you know, just bully your opponent down with things like Single, Cataclysm, the One Judgment, Concerted Strike, stuff like that. So before we get into the gameplay, I'm going to remind you guys that 70% of the people that watch my video aren't actually subscribed to me. So if you guys could do me a huge favor, click that sub button, leave a comment down below what type of content you want to see in my future videos. That'd be super helpful, and that'd help me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm. Help me get to 6,000 subscribers, which is an insane milestone. An unbelievable milestone. I'd really appreciate it. So that's going to be it for the intro. I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. All right. What do we got here? We got Pirates, Young Heineke. All right, so typically if they start really big and we don't get big, we kind of get ran over. But hopefully... All right, we have some 2-drops here. We have a 3-drop. If we find a single, this is looking really good. Pantheon's whatever. No 1-drop is really rough. That should be fine. We have Mountain Goat. Okay, so we have our 2-drop. Can we swing? We cannot swing. Okay. Fine. We get block the 3-2. If they ever develop, we get Bright Steel Protector, which is really fucking good. Nice. Okay, so we kind of just get to kill stuff. Nice. We get to kill a bunch of stuff here. So let's just try and kill as many things as possible. We don't really need this. Here we go. See, that puts us to 11. That's still a lot. This guy is 6 wide on turn 3. Kind of scary. Kind of scary stuff. We're gonna go ahead and play Pantheon here because of sure. We're gonna play Pantheon because I want to have access to Pantheon stun next turn. So we're just gonna attack here. Hope they don't have like 1 mana 3/3s. Oh god. Okay. So we're gonna get hit for at least another 2, go to 7. We died a Decimate Fervor. We're gonna go to 5. We died a Decimate plus anything. Okay. Grenadier is not bad. We get... Okay, we get Wounded White Flame. Let's go ahead and do one of these. Okay, so again, we're only taking 2. So we're still at 5, basically at 4 to Grenadier, so we die if they ever have a Decimate. But there isn't much we can really do about that. Yeah, so we're at 4, so we die if this is ever Decimate. But I don't know if we can actually stop that without Pantheon leveling to get lifesteal is our only option. Okay, can we ever actually win the game here? So let's go ahead and do this. Alright, so let's do one of these so we can attack. And then we just have to hope that Pantheon gets lifesteal and they don't have Fervor. But if they have Fervor and Decimate, we lose. Okay, well, now we just lose. Okay, let's go ahead and just swing. Swing and Prage. Prage, they don't have the Decimate. We also can't really beat Fervor. So. Okay. So it's not Decimate. So we have to hope to top deck single. Nice. So we have to hit a lifesteal off of Pantheon. Okay, well. He top decked that Decimate. So now if this last card is Fervor, then we lose. Not much we could have done there. Did we roll lifesteal? We did roll lifesteal. So if they have the Fervor, we lose. Not much we can do about it. He top decked Decimate. I mean, we put him in a spot. I mean, we played that like basically perfectly. We essentially played that perfectly, but yeah, because they top decked the other burn spell, there's not much we could do about it. Oh well. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose something. That was a really good game against Aggro. Obviously, I'll leave it in so that way you guys can see how to play around Aggro. Your goal there is just to really block as much as you can. Try to negate the most possible damage. Even though the one turn where I blocked the 1-1 instead of the 2-1, you can say like, oh, well, you didn't block the 2-1, so you missed out on the damage. Well, that made the 3-2 able to block 3 total damage overall. Versus if I trade it with the 2-1, then I only blocked 2 damage because I blocked a 1-1 and then I blocked a 2-1, preventing 3 damage. Whereas again, if I block just the 2-1, my unit dies, and then I only block that 2 damage. So, not very good overall. So we tried. We had the single. We drew the single, but he drew the burn spell that he needed the turn he needed. If he draws any unit there, we win the game. Because our Pantheon has lifesteal, we're gaining like 20 health or something like that. If he doesn't draw Decimate and he attacks, we just sharp sight our unit, our Pantheon gets the lifesteal, and then he goes for the Fervor, and then we can single combat to cancel out the Fervor. Is how that combination works. So unless he draws exactly Fervor or exactly Decimate, there we win the game. Is what it is. All right, where are we at here? Oh, the mirror match. Okay, so the mirror match I think will just come down to who has bigger unit into. Hush is really good in the mirror match. So I'm going to keep the Hush. I'm going to hope to get Overwhelm. I'm going to hope to get a single combat. Okay. Yuumi is going to be really big here. I basically have everything. Yuumi completes like Exodia. Because Yuumi makes my unit just bigger. Faster. Oh, that's the like 6-mana unit. I never noticed that. Saga Seeker is riding the like big 6-drop. Interesting. I know Fake Hero just got like rank 4. He's like top 5 and he was playing a 1 of that 6-drop, which is pretty interesting. Okay, Judgment. Judgment's an okay card. Okay. I'm gonna go and play my Saga Seeker in case I draw a Mountain Goat. I want to be able to just play Mountain Goat next turn attack and then have Saga Seeker in play to be able to do stuff with it. Okay, So let's go play Saga Seeker. Let's see if we can go and play Mountain Goat. Dang, no Mountain Goat. All right, so let's pass. Pretend like we have nothing, or pretend like we're gonna set up for something crazy here. Because we really don't have anything, and I don't think attacking for one, letting our opponent have full priority does anything. So I think confusing them a little bit here could bait them into taking a pass sometimes, which looks like it worked here, so seems good, man. Wow, interesting. You really have, like, nothing here. Let's go ahead and just play Yuumi, because Yuumi will start growing our opponent. I mean, start growing our Saga Seeker. With the +1/+1. So they don't have any units, so this game looks pretty free. I'm just going to go ahead and open attack. Probably not. We can go ahead. If we do this and they have Pantheon, we're sad. But we have Hush, so it should be fine. If they play Pantheon and block, we just have, like, Hush, which is pretty funny. Let's see what they got. If they really don't have even after this, they probably just concede. Okay. Sounds good. Let's just go ahead and swing. Okay, so we're just gonna Hush here. Oh, okay. Sounds good to me. Can click pass. We also have Cataclysm, no block, stuff like that. So Cataclysm's really good here because it makes our level, or our Yuumi level on open next turn. Blind and Mystic, sure. I think we still just do this. Oh, oops, wrong button. I think we just do this. And our unit still gets, like, big and overwhelm. And we can still do, like, Hush, Cataclysm, stuff like that. Okay. So we do Hush into... Yeah, I mean, Hush is good enough. Damn, that Pantheon nerf, though. That Pantheon nerf, though. Okay. So I think we're just gonna pass. Yeah, we're just gonna pass here. Our Saga Seeker gets big. We just attack with Saga Seeker. Okay. Let's go ahead and play Wounded White Flame. We have singles, we have Judgment. I'm feeling pretty good about where we are right now. Oh, I just messed with my mouse sensitivity too. Okay, so it's a single combat there. I mean, I kind of just like Pale Cascade. Sounds good to me. And then we can Cataclysm here to go ahead and level up our Yuumi. So this levels our Yuumi. And kills their second Pantheon, which is probably their only, like, actual unit. So, good Yuumi level here. And we basically won this game just because we were able to take control of the board because our opponent didn't have a unit in, like, turns 1, 2, and 3. So that was really big, being able to have... Did you get +1/+1 or +2/+2? +1/+1 still. Okay. Alright, so you finally have a unit. That's pretty neat. Let's go ahead and just do this. We have leveled our Pantheon. We have single combat. Sure. Let's go ahead and Zenith Blade this guy. Just kind of spread out our threat density. Maybe this baits out a single. Nice. And that's game. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So yeah, so the mirror match is really, I know that was kind of an extreme, like our opponent got pretty unlucky there in the early game, but it's very much just fight any unit early. ideally the 1-drop, and you just start stacking it as much as you can. Like, just start putting, like, 1-drop Yumi is basically insane because you get to start growing your unit extremely fast, and then you just need to be able to counter your opponents like singles and stuff like that. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Oh, dragons. Okay. So mid-range deck versus mid-range deck. They're the more unit-heavy style deck, but we have like bigger units. I kind of like Blinded Mystic here. It can counter their 4-drop dragon, the Challenger. Actually, I think it's a 5-drop. I forgot. It's so crazy how a card can be so dominant and then kind of just drop off out of nowhere. So I'm thinking of the 4/5 Challenger with Fury. I think it's a 5-drop. 5 mana, 4/5 Challenger Fury. But it's so crazy how that card used to be played all the time, and then now I can't even remember its stat line. Isn't that wild how cards just fluctuate so much? Alright, so they have a dragon in their hand. Probably a Shyvana. We'll see here. They opt to not attack. I'm not really sure why. If I had like a mountain goat, I'd trade it with your 2/3 100% of the time. So, not quite sure what that's all about. Okay, let's go ahead and just swing. They probably don't block here because I have spells. Oh, they are blocking. Okay. Well, if I do this, my unit dies, but I kill all of his units. If I do this, then he no longer gets a draw. And my unit doesn't really lose any HP. Because I got +1/+1 from single. I get +1/+1 from Fury. And then I get another +1/+1 from Fury. So, seems pretty good to me. Let's see what you got. Okay. I mean, I'm down for Zenith Blade. Single combat. Single combat doesn't matter because we have Guiding Touch to heal our unit, so we're pretty happy. And when I say single, I mean like single plus, you know, like Sharp Side or Pale Cascade or something like that. Blinded Mystic. I mean, sounds good. I think I'm down to just click pass and save my mana. We can just start leveling up our Pantheon. I mean, we just make this trade every time. Our Pantheon's gonna be a pretty big boy. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go and say okay. Let's go ahead and open, I think. What do we do here? I kind of like playing Pantheon. Let's see what they do. Let's see what type of unit they have here. Arrow to Dragons, that doesn't matter. We just do this. This is fine. I get my gem for my Pantheon. If they went a single for Pantheon, that could suck, but like this is probably the worst case scenario for me is they have this and then single. But then I just start like buffing up the goat and it's not the worst case scenario. Yeah, they're single. Go to 6/4. I mean, we could just gem goat here, so that way, 1, we level up our Pantheon, and 2, he can't just open attack us. What you got? Dragon Chow. You know, I think I'm just gonna pass. Interesting. So I guess we're both just ramping until we find something good. And I guess I found something good. I mean, I think this looks pretty good to me. Eclipse. Okay. We can go ahead and just swing. We have concerted, so we kind of beat everything here. Yeah, I think this is fine. And we get a gem for next turn, which is pretty good. To level our Pantheon. Get +1/+1 and Overwhelm. I mean, okay. Sure. This thing still dies, which is pretty interesting. I'm not really sure what that accomplished. You killed my goat, but your hand is all spells and no units. I've gathered that much information. I'm not really sure what that actually does for you. Aurelian Soul, sure. Sounds good to me. I mean, we just do like, what? I think we do this. And then my Pantheon levels, we hope for like Scout Elusive. Scout Elusive would be really good for us. We would win the game. We got Scout. Okay. Oh, we actually win, I think. I think yeah, we win the game here. So we just do this. We do this. We Cataclysm here. This puts it to... I'm sorry, this puts it to 7. Okay. And then we kill the A soul and we can win on open. Sure. So we do this. And then we have Bastion. We can preemptively Bastion to counter any sort of hush or anything like that. So cool. Very cool, very cool. So we started off a little bit shaky there, but that kind of showed you how to take board control. Our opponent had much bigger units than us, but we were able to eventually grind out the game, level up our Pantheon, and, you know, kind of get there with our things like concerted strikes, cataclysm, stuff like that. So that's really what you look for in those mid-range matchups, is just take board control. All right. The mirror match again. Is this the same person from earlier too? I don't know. But, oh my goodness. I mean, this is definitely a hand. All we need from this is like a hush. And this game's kind of done. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go in Saga Seeker on 1. There's a chance Saga Seeker isn't correct. How could Saga Seeker not? Saga Seeker wouldn't be correct if they played their own Saga Seeker and then immediately single combated. But that play is bad and loses to Sharpsider Pale Cascade. So let's see what they got for me. They got Mountain Goat. We have Mountain Goat. And then I think we're just going to go ahead and Yuumi immediately. Now, there's no way they attack and give me a gem. So let's go ahead and Yuumi, attach, make our Yuumi too big. So even if they play their dragon here, we're fine. Sure. And we swing, and they have to have exactly Chain Vest to punish this attack, which they don't have. So works for me. And this is exactly like the other mid-range matchups that I showed you, where we're kind of just taking board control. We're making our unit bigger than theirs because we had 1-drop Yuumi. We do have the Zenith Blade to also give Overwhelm, but that's kind of like a more late game plan. Sure. So here we're just gonna go ahead and, you know, give it Overwhelm. Our unit's just straight up bigger than theirs. We have Concerted Strike. And our 1-drop outscales their 3-drop. It's quite funny to me. I find it's funny for me. So let's go ahead and gem, attack, because this gives us still mana for Concerted Strike and stuff. We have 5. They can't play any small unit, or we have Cataclysm. So let's see what you got for me. Surely they have to play something. Oh, that takes away my Overwhelm, which is pretty frustrating. Now that they have single combat, I'm kind of sad. Let's go and play Mountain Goat. Can this make us bluff Hush so they don't just immediately single combat us? And then now we could play like Zenith Blade, Cataclysm, kill off their 3-2 and stuff, and be fine. That's the Cataclysm or Zenith Blade. I mean, not really much we can do. So let's go ahead and Zenith Blade. Pantheon's almost leveled. We can't actually kill this White Flame anymore, because they drew Blinded Mystic and we did not. And we don't have Hush. If we had a Hush, this game would be pretty easy. Even Bastion would be fine here, because it would stop the single or whatever he has. Like, right here, we can't really do much. Like, we can hit it for 7. So what we can do is click OK. We can Zenith Blade the 3-2. So we basically have to hope they don't have a Cataclysm. We can't beat Cataclysm anyways. So what we can do is this. And this means we probably just lose because they have Cataclysm and there's nothing we can do about it. Sure. And, I mean, same thing, right? He just took board control because he had Blinded Mystic and I didn't. If I had Blinded Mystic, if I had Hush, if I had Bastion, if I had anything like that, I also come back into this game and I'm probably still winning. But he had the card that made my unit very tiny. I didn't, so I lost the game. I basically had the entire setup I needed, but then he had the answer to my unit and I didn't have an answer to his unit. And I didn't have a way to stop his answer. He both had silence and the single combat, and I didn't have any of my responses or my own silence of anyways. So there, again, I lost, but I'll keep it in because that's literally just a perfect game to show you how to take control. Like, what wins these matchups is just taking control of the board. Just having the bigger unit wins you the game. And he had the big unit with Overwhelm, with Yuumi, with Hush, with single, and I didn't. So there you go. It takes Talia. Alright, so now we're against combo. This should be fairly easy for us because we can just kind of kill their big units. Do I want Wounded White Flame and Saga Seeker? Probably not. I'll just take the Wounded White Flame. They play Quicksand to stop us from like completely OTKing them, usually, but the Quicksand doesn't like kill our unit, which is good. Usually we can make our units big enough to not die to their removal spells. Their only removal spell is deal 4 damage, and I mean, our units get out of the 4 damage range extremely quickly. So we can go and play Mountain Goat here. So our unit doesn't get vulnerable. 1 mana spell? No 1 mana spell. So let's go ahead and just attack here with our Mountain Goat. Make the trade. Hope to not get another vulnerable unit, or have them have vulnerable card. They don't. So we're just going to play a Saga Seeker here, because there's a chance they have the Rite of Arcane. And if they did, we want to be able to beat it. So here, that's fine. We just click pass. And now we can start playing our Wounded White Flame, our spells, stuff like that. I don't really want to trade. I do want to play my Wounded White Flame. And I don't have Zenith Blade or anything. So I probably could have just done this last turn and leveled up my Pantheon, but who cares? It's fine. We leveled up our Pantheon here. Zenith Blade would make us essentially win. No Zenith Blade makes his hand kind of awkward. Not awkward, but just not great. So let's go and just swing for 5. They don't block. They don't do anything. Oh, they are blocking. Interesting. Okay. Oh, sure. Devout. Sounds good. There's Wounded White Flame. Okay. Let's go ahead and just start buffing stuff here. Mountain Goat. That's an okay card. We have so many units now that their removal spells aren't really relevant. Like, that doesn't matter, right? I think I'll still Pale Cascade it just because I can keep it alive. And just being able to keep, like, if I can get wide with a bunch of 4 power and 5 power units, that's great for me. So you pick pass here. Like, Poke Stick would make us a tad bit sad, but overall, they invest that many cards, I would not really care. So I'm also just gonna hush this so he doesn't get the landmark. And kind of just make him sad, right? So there's the Poke Stick. Again, fine by me, man. You got it. You don't get the landmark. I'm still just gonna go ahead and do this. Get my Pantheon trigger. Fill my board up with largest units. You can play like a Talia. You could play a Ziggs or something, but that doesn't really matter to me. Raw, Rite of the Arcane, like, sure. So this guy's pretty desperate at this point, and this is why keeping our units alive, even if it was just at 1 HP, is fine, because they don't play too many removal spells. So we just say, okay, here. We can open attack them for 10, but... yeah, let's go and just open attack them for 10. And why are we open attacking them, right? Let's just play our unit. Let's just give this thing... Proc the Faded on it. Let's try and get aggressive here. It doesn't matter if they play a unit, typically, because we're just going to be able to kill it. So, like, we can do this. We could just apply a bunch of pressure here. If they have, like, Hourglass, like, they have at least 1 Hourglass in their hand. This could be annoying, but all in all, it doesn't care, because we have the Concerted Strike. So we're able to counter Hourglass if they ever have it. So we're just going to play Pantheon. We get to gem our Pantheon. Sure, so like, I mean, we just do this. We force them to have... Oh, wait, they're not going to Hourglass that. Okay. I mean, fine by me. We gem up Pantheon. Let's see what we get from Pantheon. What did we get, Pantheon? We got... Lifesteal, we got a bunch of good keywords. Oh, we got Spell Shield, which is really big, so it can't be stunned. Makes me pretty happy. We get a nice big open attack here. Click OK. They can't stop our Spell Shielded unit, and we kind of just get to hit them in the face a bunch. And then after all of that, we still have Cataclysms to try and win the game, so... Game seems pretty done. Cool. Now, Pantheon deck's pretty strong. We placed a lot of mirrors and other mid-range decks today. Again, the Aggro matchup against Henneke was pretty unlucky. The guy had like the absolute nut hand where he was 6 units wide on turn 3 into a top deck Decimate for lethal. Otherwise, we actually win that game, which is crazy. So, and that matchup's also pretty bad because you don't play very many units. So the go wide decks are usually good into you. But we still almost beat it, which was pretty insane. He basically had a top deck perfectly to beat us there. So deck code for this will be down in the description down below on a runeterra AR link. I think it's very strong. Again, I think I don't remember if I said this in the intro or not, but Fake Hero got all the way to rank 4. Like basically out of nowhere, Fake Hero hit rank 4 using Pantheon, and I've been saying Pantheon is an extremely strong deck for a while now. So go play Pantheon if you love mid-range decks and you like to climb. This is the deck for you. So that's going to be it for this gameplay video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a comment down below what deck you want to see me play next, as well as leave a sub here. Go join my Discord and follow me on Twitch because I stream on there almost every single day. And join my Discord so you don't miss notifications whenever I'm doing a giveaway or post anything. That's going to be it. I'll see you guys in the next video.